Madrid, Spain, April 8. Antoine Griezmann, 2NBL, of Atletico de Madrid celebrates scoring their opening goal with teammates Thomas Teye Partey, L, Diego Costa, 2NDER, and Lucas Hernandez, R, during the La Liga match between Real Madrid CF and Club Atletico de Madrid at Estadio Santiago Bernabeu on April 8, 2018 in Madrid, Spain. Photo by Gonzalo Arroyo Moreno, Getty Images. Well, that wasn't what we wanted. Arsenal, after squeezing past CSKA Moscow in the quarter-finals, will now face Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals of the Europa League. The Spaniards are the best team in the competition, and it is certainly not the draw that the Gunners would have been hoping for. Nevertheless, I am going to take the optimistic, positive side of this, at least momentarily. So, here are 3 ways that Arsenal can beat Atletico. Not that I am especially confident that they will. London, England, April 8. Danny Welbeck of Arsenal celebrates scoring his side's second goal during the Premier League match between Arsenal and Southampton at Emirates Stadium on April 8, 2018 in London, England. Photo by Julian Finney, Getty Images. 3. Exploit Atletico's lack of pace. If there is one weakness to the defense of this Atletico team, a defense that has been one of the very best in European football for a number of years, it is their mobility and athleticism. Diego Godin, for instance, their most experienced and featured defender, is now 32 and was never blessed with pace in the first place. Their other defenders and more defensively minded midfielders like Gabi, Saul Niguez and Juan Fran are not renowned for their mobility. Now, that is not to say that they do not have pace in these areas. Felipe Luis, the starting left-back, is quick, as is Jose Jimenez at centre-half, though he doesn't always start. But there is the possibility that Arsenal can exploit Atletico through their greater dynamism in attacking areas. That is especially true if Danny Welbeck plays. The attacker is in excellent form, scoring 5 goals in his last 4 starts, and he has the natural power and pace to trouble the Atletico defense with direct runs off the ball. Allied with Alexander Lacazette's sharp and nuanced movement, and it's not all that ridiculous to see how Arsenal can maneuver their way into opportunities. Not easy, but certainly possible. Page 2 Madrid, Spain, April 8. Antoine Griezmann, L, of Atletico de Madrid celebrates scoring their opening goal with teammate Diego Costa, R, during the La Liga match between Real Madrid CF and Club Atletico de Madrid at Estadio Santiago Bernabeu on April 8, 2018 in Madrid, Spain. Photo by Gonzalo Arroyo Moreno, Getty Images. Antoine Griezmann is Atletico's best player by some distance. Afforded a free-roaming role behind central striker Diego Costa, the Frenchman is the attacking fulcrum of this team, providing pace, quality and defense-splitting dribbling whenever he touches the ball. More from pain in the Arsenal, and he has been in truly remarkable form in recent weeks. While he proceeded to miss several good chances against Sporting Lisbon on Thursday night, Griezmann, prior to that match, had scored 14 goals in his last 12 games in all competitions, including 1 in each of the last 5. On the season, Griezmann has scored 18 La Liga goals alone, accompanied by 8 assists, and has 25 goals and 11 assists in all competitions for Madrid. That is a remarkable record, one that perfectly demonstrates his inordinate talent and the potent threat that he provides. Containing Griezmann is not all that easy. Many of the world's best have tried and failed in the past. Arsenal just need to hang on to his coattails. If they can limit the service into him, be tight on his first touch, and not allow him to turn and drive at the defense, then they have a chance to at least limit the damage he can inflict. Otherwise, this could be a very long 180 minutes indeed. Page 3 London, England, April 5. Mesut Ozil of Arsenal during the UEFA Europa League quarter-final Leg 1 match between Arsenal FC and CSKA Moscow at Emirates Stadium on April 5, 2018 in London, United Kingdom. Photo by Catherine Iville, Getty Images. It should come as no surprise that almost all of Arsenal's best performances of the past few years have coincided with Mesut Ozil's best performances. Such is his influence on this team. When he is confident, playing well, and put in the positions to carve and create, then those around him begin to elevate their level also. This was most evident against CSKA Moscow. In first leg, Ozil was able to find space, and then received the right passes into the right areas at the right times, to hurt the Moscow defense. He got on the ball with great frequency, on the half-turn, in between the midfield and the defense of the Russians, able to turn and play those piercing through passes into wide channels past the 3-man defense. Contrast that to the second leg. CSKA pressed higher up the pitch. Arsenal were unable to supply Ozil with passes into advanced areas where he could turn and survey the pitch, and chances were hard to come by as a result. Ozil is integral to everything that this team does. If harbor any hopes of beating Atletico, they must get Ozil into space, provide him with movement off the ball, and then let him work his magic. If that does not happen, they will not win this game. It's far easier said than done, but it is absolutely essential to the success of the Gunners. Page 4. I have to admit, these past few weeks, I had completely forgotten about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. The young Englishman was having a real go at his first season as a regular presence in the Arsenal first team, so I'm a bit ashamed to admit that, but honestly, there are next to no reports about where Maitland-Niles has been since his last appearance, 90 minutes against Watford back on March 11th. I had to dig into Twitter to discover that he had, in fact, been injured, and no one was talking about it. Which, on one hand, means that he wasn't missed all that much, but, on the other, now means that we have a fantastic resource at our disposal that we had essentially counted out. Maitland-Niles was due back from his injury on April 12, even though his injury wasn't even listed on Arsenal.com. Anyway, whatever the circumstances, the point now is that his return may be too perfectly timed to ignore. With Henrik Mkhitaryan out for another couple of weeks, and midfielders suddenly stretched thin, the young Englishman may finally have his into a true midfield opportunity. More from Payne in the Arsenal Italy. I'd like to see Aaron Ramsey pushed forward into the attacking midfield and Mohamed Elneny come in alongside Granit Xhaka. But that's in the Europa League. In the Premier League, we have a fantastic opportunity to allow Maitland-Niles to run with his desired role. He has had just a couple of chances this year, and none have been particularly convincing. But it's a work in progress, as is Reiss Nelson, who landed his first start just last weekend. Maitland-Niles is blocked from left-back with the return of Sead Kolasinac, which, again, may even add to his favor of potentially moving into the midfield, where he feels he belongs. We've chatted endlessly about what the Premier League amounts to now, and the short answer is nothing. It's nothing more than a testing ground. Maitland-Niles desperately needs some more testing because his initial prognosis was inconclusive. Positive at first, but it faded later on. With all the summer signings likely to come in this summer and Henrik Mkhitaryan coming back sooner than we expected, the window of opportunity is closing. There won't be another time where the Gunners have disposable game time to just hand out. Because from here on out, Arsenal will always be involved in every competition ever, right?